Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Apex Racing TV. It's the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship. We're here at the Brands Hatch circuit in the United Kingdom. For the first time this season, I'm Andrew Woodhouse, and alongside me is the man who's covered the first two meetings of the season. It's Sam Kumo. And Sam, well, we've got nearly 60 cars here at Brands Hatch. It's such a small circuit. It's going to be like Martinsville out here. Everybody's just going to be one big line.
Hi everyone, and yeah, definitely it's a continuation of the madness that I think we saw at the Phillip Island. And considering that we have 56 cars with 46-second lap times, I think we are in for a treat. And it seems like we've also tracked in Adam Path. Hi Adam.
Hello. Evening, everybody.
Hello, Adam. Hey, well, mate, first time this season that we've joined each other on a Thursday night. And
Oh yeah,
you've had the privilege of the first 6 races of the season to yourself. And what's it been like so far this season? Obviously, with the biggest grids that we've seen in quite some time, it really looked. I mean, I got to watch a little bit of it, not all of it, but it looked pretty hectic out there. Has that been the case?
yeah. It's been insanely difficult to keep up with it. Yeah, especially Phillip Island race 2 last week. That was something incredible, especially after I don't think you could believe me when I told you that Ash Sutton went from 53rd on the grid to first.
I didn't believe you, no. I mean, I sort of did because it's Ash, but then sensibilities told me that it was BS. However, when I realised it wasn't, what was the next question I asked? Well, how many of them crashed?
One
then?
thing to sum up the whole thing. Yeah, that was Phillip Island last week. But Brands Hatch, as I think Sam was saying, just as I came in there, is probably going to be more of the same. So on this very small circuit, the Indy circuit, I think we're going to have our work cut out tonight. A few cars might get lapped.
We can see that qualifying is going to be exceptionally difficult, and has been difficult for quite a few drivers at the moment. It is Ash Sutton who's on the pole, 46.329 for CQRS line, and Nico Foggy's in second place. Third is Stuart McFadden, Ben Hackson's fourth, Jamie Flukes in fifth. The whole grid, with the exception of like maybe the last 5 drivers, in fact, down to 46th place is 1 second. So it's going to be tough out there. These drivers are not going to have it their own way, and it's not going to be easy out there at all. I mean, I think, Sam, like the elbows that are going to be coming out in this one.
Yeah, definitely, like that's how it usually goes here. And there might be few quarter panel incidents into turn 1, I suspect. But we'll see.
Oh yes, it's like I've never been away. Yeah. It would definitely be. Hey, look, turn 1 as well. If you have a quarter panel incident there, it's very high speed, so we could see some quite spectacular ones.
You, of course, have won around this circuit.
Yes, I have, and to be honest, I had to get the elbows out then in self-defense. So we'll have to see what happens. We'll see what the drivers can do. Yeah, I've got a bit of experience on this circuit. It is one of my better ones. It's not. It's going to be tough out there for the drivers. I'm looking down the list, and the drivers that we see in the middle of the field, down the 30s and 40s, it's just ridiculous, the quality. So, yeah, Adam, I think you might as well start taking us through the grid now. I think there's still some drivers on the fast laps. I think Jamie Rushworth might be. It wasn't Jamie Rushworth, sorry, it was someone else. Don't know. Somebody's having a flying lap, but I think in general everyone's finished.
Might need to take us through just the first bit. The second, I'm still loading into session, but
Yeah, all right. So
after the top 20 or so.
So Ash Sutton on pole then, 46.329. Nico Foggy second, Stuart McFadden in third, Ben Hackerson in fourth, Jamie Fluke fifth, Jack Cedric in sixth. That's some really good qualifying for Jack, who's fairly new to the series. In fact, I think it's his first season. Julian Janowski in seventh. That's a cracking performance by Janowski. Hopefully he'll be starting as he means to go on. David Baker starts eighth, and Pete Harrod is ninth. 10th is Jamie Rushworth, and then it's Jake Blackhall in 11th, Pete Newman in 12th. That's where he finished 2 of the last 3 seasons in 12th. Michael Hall 13th, Chris Wood 14th, Sven Glatzel in 15th. And then it's Carl Janssen, the man who's starring in the World GT Championship, in 16th. 17th is Christian Rose, who's leading the World GT Championship. Colin Cunniff is 18th. Anwar Barrow Smith in 19th. Ross McFarlane in 20th. Johnny Brandon 21st. Benny Simonson in 22nd. Stephen Baxter, 23rd. 24th is Nathan Davis. 25th is Andreas Katz, former champion. Maciek Sakovic is 26th, former Club Series champion. Laura Bond, 27th. Kip Stevens has won 2 titles. He's 28th. Mark Woodhouse is 29th. Rusty Laidler, 30th. 31st is John Roberts. And 32nd is Daniel Brown. And Adam, can you finish that off for me before I have a heart attack?
Nearly. Still loading into the session, I'm afraid. Oh no, there we go. I'm in the session. I can run you through the rest of the grid. If we've got enough time, that is, anyway. We've got about 45 seconds. So yes, we do. 33rd is Adam Hadfield. Then it's Paul Smith starting in 34th. We'll hope to hear from Paul later on tonight. Craig Evans in 35th. Then Adam Delmont, 36th. Then Dan Blake back for this weekend with Hugh Fenergy. Alex Simpson starting down in 38th place. We'll see how Alex gets on too, of course, our colleague. Then it's Mark Johnson, 39th, Alex Everett, 40th, 41st, Max Wright, 42nd, Warmingham, then Tristan Bodis, Michael Blake, Keeber, Rob Graham in 46th, then Gareth Hickling, Lorne Murray, Scott Malcolm, Dave Christie, Dave Crozier, then quickly the cars that didn't set times, most likely due to penalties or something like that. It's Savidovic, Anna McNally, Nick Madsen, Lee Deemer, and Matt Bunn. Here we go.
Red lights are on then. Ash Sutton on pole. The British Touring Car Champion gets us underway. It's a poor start from him. Good one from Foggy. And then an even better one from Stuart McFadden, who's really been looking good in the last few weeks. Foggy slides the car through Panakill Bend, just about gets away with it. Looks like everyone's through at the moment. Down to about... Oh, on the grass, number 48, and there's a big crash. Anwar Smith has taken 2 or 3 people out. Looks like a mistake by him.
Alex Simpson's been launched nearly. He was absolutely well, I don't know, he was squashed to bits there. The Apex Racing car damaged front and back. He's
in serious trouble. Also off is Lorne Murray and Scott Malcolm. They're in the grass. Simpson's race is over. That's the end for him.
26 laps, longest amount of laps of the season, shortest track of the season as we come across the line to complete the opening lap. Sutton leads McFadden, McFarlane's had to tow back to the pit.
Probably the shortest race that Alex Simpson's going to have all season as well. In any category that he races in, the reigning iRacing Pro Series champion.
This is definitely going to be a race meeting where you want to finish, because if you have to go back to the pits, you are going to be more than 1 lap down. You're probably going to be about 2 laps down and have contention for the reverse grid. Yeah,
if you have to tow at all, that's you done. It's not like Spa where if you can tow, you can come back out and you still maybe 1 lap down and you can still be eligible for the points. Dave Baker's up to 7th, just 1 position away from where he wants to be. Pete Harrod in 9th, and I tell you what, it's fantastic to see Jamie Rushworth out there, Adam.
Yeah, it looks like he's lost none of it. He looked like he was towards the back at Silverstone, but at Phillip Island he was right on it, the CQR.
We have an amazing situation here, Adam, as well. There's 5 CQR cars in a row. Baker, Harrod, Rushworth, Blackhall and Pete Newman. And in fact, another one. Michael Hall's for 6 now. He's just done that on purpose, Michael Hall.
All from the CQR stable, of course. You can see Blackhall with the Academy livery on the car. The red is the Academy, the yellow is the main CQR team. And yeah, they're all running in formation at the moment. They'll be hoping to work together to make their way further forward as Baker tries to line up Sedgwick.
Nice looking cars this season for CQR, I must admit. It's taken me a little bit of time to get used to some of these. See Bodak racing in there with Johnny Brandon. He's in 17th place. He's got company from Stephen Baxter. And in front of them, you can see somebody shaping up for a move into Panakill Bend. That is Carl Janssen. He's gone through on Julian Janowski, who started 7th. He slipped all the way down to 15.
Yeah, I think he had an issue on the previous lap. He lost a ton of positions in one go. That might have just been my timing screen correcting itself. But yeah, he lost another one there going into the first corner. That's him down to 16th place. No, 15th place now.
Well, we've lost Ross McFarlane, Alex Simpson, Richard Warmingham and Bodis already.
Nathan Davis and Stephen Baxter, as you said, have gained well. It's not going to be... I don't think we're going to see anyone gain 53 positions today. Baxter and Davis, 5 positions gained in this opening race. Alex Simpson exiting the session already, and Johnny Brandon is leading the train round. You've got Baxter, Davis and Cunniff pretty close together here going into the first corner. Baxter trying to get by the Bodak car of Brandon.
Sorry, I've lost it. Yeah, there we go.
Up to Druids with the slowest part of the circuit, and you can see the Team Mad car in there as well. That's Chris Wood, who had a good race meeting at Phillip Island last week.
Yeah, Chris Wood's a good driver. I think he's going to be solid. He was in the, I believe he was in the Club Series, if my poor memory seems to serve me decently. I believe we went to battle there, and also World GT Championship race winner. So, yeah, Chris Wood renewing that rivalry with Johnny Brandon.
Further up the field, Hackerson.
Sorry, yeah, go on.
Further up the field, Hackerson and Sedgwick are pretty close here. This is becoming quite a train now. The boosted car leading everybody round.
Yeah, Hackerson car 7, Boosted Motorsport. Car 49, Jack Sedgwick, Bodak Racing. And then Dave Baker, like we said, in 7th. Pete Harrod, 8th. 9th, Jamie Rushworth. And 10th is Jake Blackhall. Well, let's have a little look. Who is the biggest mover so far? It could be Alex Everett, who's gained 10 positions. He's from 40th to 30th. And in fact, same for Mark Johnston and the same for Michael Blake. So good job there. And Matthew Bunn's up 15 places from 56th on the grid. So often you say that. 56th on the grid, is it?
No, definitely not. You only see that in some of the big sports car races.
Oh, the inside. He's been passed. You saw him charging through the field. Well, he's been passed by Nick Madsen. So Nick Madsen, also Bodak Racing, from Denmark, looking up the at the inside there, and he's going to have the inside for Panakill Bend as he comes across the line in 41st place. This is how good this is. These are people who've won races. Some people have even won championships in this group, and all the way down there, you can see someone else is down in the lower reaches. It's Wojciech Savidovic, and he, car 1, obviously denoting the reigning champion, 36th place. He's currently behind Dan Blake, and he's just in front of the Simortal car of Matthew Keeber. So
Dan Blake's got a good paint scheme for this week. If we've got it on the stream, I saw a post of it.
Green and black one?
Yeah, I did like that
Nice.
one. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, Savidovic, of course, started at the back, didn't set a time. May have been because of a penalty. I haven't had a chance to look at the penalty sheet yet here, but he's up the inside of Dan Blake going into Panakill Bend. And the Apex Racing car, the reigning champion, is through. By the way, Sedgwick has got past Hackerson, and he's put a few temps on the boosted car now, as it's now the turn of David Baker to line up on the conveyor belts of cars that are trying to get by the boosted car.
yeah, it's good to see Ben Hackerson up there. Of course, a lot of the expectation of the boosted team's going to fall on him now that George Simmons is really unable to do most of the races of the season. He might do 1 or 2, of course, but yeah, not many. He's off working for McLaren at the Formula 1 races. So good luck to him on that. But yeah, unable, unfortunately. That means we lose a hell of a driver from the BSRTC, but I'm sure he'll be back at some point during the season to have a dabble, as I think we all will at some point. I've done 30-odd meetings. It's hard to go that long without having a go at least one. Gives us the opportunity to crash into Alex.
Find him on the circuit, especially at Donington. I think the writing will be on the wall there, I think. Into the final corner then. This is where Mr. Woodhouse managed to get the move done on Jim Flanagan in the Club Series a good few years back.
Well, after he nearly ended my life at the previous corner, yeah, it was fine. Sven Glatzel is a guy who we've not seen for quite some time since the BSRTC finished. We haven't really seen much of him at all. But he's in 13th place, and he's looking for a move on Michael Hall. But as is usual at Brands Hatch Indy, it is it's very difficult to pass out there. Sam, what have you seen so far? Anything caught your eye?
Well, so far just trying to keep up with this action, right? So far it's been really good and clean. We had few incidents, but just great racing.
Are you quite grateful that we haven't come and talked to you for a few minutes? Is that?
Yes, it's been just trying to focus on following what's going on here on the track.
Might leave you to it then for a minute or two. We need to go to the front actually, because we haven't seen that very much out of it so far since the first lap. Ashley Sutton does lead the race by a third of a second, as you can see, from Stuart McFadden. Nico Foggy's in 3rd, Jamie Fluke's in 4th. So we've got an Englishman, 2 Scots, and a Northern Irishman in there.
There's a joke in there somewhere, isn't there?
There probably is, yeah. But, you know, we'll gloss it over as it's only race 1. It can't be as much of a joke as some of the liveries we see on Tuesday night. As Sutton going through the final corner to start lap 12. Now, of course, those who, if you're new to the BSRTC, welcome. if you're new to Apex Racing TV, we're happy that you're spending your Thursday evening with us. Some changes a couple of changes really from last season, mainly concern the number of races and race length, Adam. So now we've gone from the 4 races to, I think, a much better 3 races, which I think seems to suit all parties.
Yeah, the 4 race rule was, what I believe was brought in because of it works for when we were on international TV. Now that sadly isn't on anymore. We are now back to the 3 races, but it does mean that the pack's spread out. We get a few more individual battles, and the drivers don't have that almost stress underneath them that they've got to get to the front as quickly as they can by any means possible. And I think this series we're going to see some better racing because of it.
But I've got a feeling that I think if we were still under a 4 race format, I think these 4 at the front would have got into something, because I think they would have been pressing too hard. They would have been desperate to get through in the early going. And this, like you say, it just allows you to, cool down.
Allows the race to breathe a bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Keep the powder dry. Allows us to breathe a little bit, right? Because we're the ones who've got to go through 30-odd races of talking, 30-odd race meetings of talking about it. So it gives us a little bit of a chance to just look the race over and see actually who's quicker maybe, or who's slower, and who's struggling with the tyres. So
well, this time last year we had 6 races in an evening, 2 Porsche races and 4 BSRTC races to work our way through.
Yeah, and this time I think the season before we had to do 5 races in a race meeting because one of them was deemed to not count. So yeah, I do remember that one pretty well.
Remember when the reverse squid bug came in? Yeah, that was a
club series as well. It happened in both series on the same.
We had to call off all broadcasts for a week, I think. Right, Ben Hackerson is really starting to frustrate Dave Baker. Baker's now he's searching the track, just trying to find any way possible of getting past the boosted car. And if you keep the inside line, it's almost like go-karting here. If you keep the inside line, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to get past you. I
think David knows that he's got a bit more pace than Hackerson. And because how Baker is, he tends to set the car up for the race and to get the best possible. I mean, most drivers are like that here, but Baker especially seems to focus on consistency throughout the race. And I'm with you. I think he needs to get a move done if he wants to get through. But Hackerson's not going to be an easy one. We've all raced with Ben, and very, very capable driver, very quick, but very combative in wheel-to-wheel action. And Baker's going to have to watch that, and so's Ben as well. But I think if Baker gets through, I think he might be able to get up to Jack Sedgwick. Whether he's got enough time to get to the front or not, I don't know, because I think 5 seconds around here is a lifetime. So
we've got a pretty big train here. It starts with Colin Cunniff, and then it's everybody else. You've got Sakovic, Laidler, Katz, Woodhouse, Roberts, Hadfield, Johnston, Everett, Smith, Stevens, Evans, and Savinovic. All involved.
And then, to be fair, not so far behind Savinovic, you've got Max Wright, you've got Anwar Smith, you've got Dan Blake, Michael Blake, and Matt Keeber. So it really goes from 20th down to 37th in the space of 6 seconds. Wojciech Savinovic in there, and it's funny, isn't it? You see Savinovic, he started 52nd. He's trying to go through here on car 103. That's Craig McLeod Evans. I think he's got a bit of damage. Really does look like it's starting to congest in this area of the field, Adam, because I mean there's really not a lot of space to breathe. We may well see some drivers being lapped by the end of this one.
Could see some of these cars possibly get on reverse grid pole as well. If we get a small one, we'll be in this area. Yeah, what is the gap back to Sutton? It's in this area, it is about according to my screen, about 20 seconds behind, and it's a 46-second lap. So yeah, some of the tail enders.
This lot probably won't get lapped, but when you look at maybe the likes of Christie, Deemer, Crozier, Malcolm, Murray, there's every possibility that they might get sort of sucked into the battle, because I said to Sam literally 30 seconds before you came on air, Savinovic gets past Kip Stevens, 2 champions going to battle, and he's trying to have a go at car 28. That's Paul Smith. Smith defends well in the Team Mad car, but yeah, with the Yorkshire flag on the top of the car, I must say. But yeah, I said to Sam before you came on air that it might end up like Martinsville or Bristol tonight, because you might just get that continuous line almost all the way around the circuit. It's only a 1.93 kilometre course.
We're yet to see any driver get put outside and get freight trained, similar to Martinsville. Of course, Yorkshire have their own international football team. I remember that article from a few years ago. As
we should do.
Mark Johnston.
There was an article that I believe, if Yorkshire had entered the 2012 Olympics, they would have finished 4th or 7th or something. It was in the top 10 of the medal table. Just Yorkshire alone. Just pretty amazing, really.
Start to me for England today in the Commonwealth Games.
And for definitely for England in the pool at least. But this is like a hungry fish fighting over the food on this track.
The door has been opened a little bit. If Sakovic wants it, he can go for it here up the inside, and he does.
Now the magic sandwich, Magic Sakovic.
No quarter panels yet. We'll see. I'm sure we'll see some on the exit of Paddock Hill Bend today.
Well, the former Kia Club Series. Oh, there was some net code there, wasn't it? Looked like.
Surely that's a broken left front for Colin. Maybe not. He might be able to get back onto the circuit. How everybody's going to go by him now.
Former Kia Club Series champion Magic Sakovic.
Well,
dodging out the BSRTC race winner Colin Cunniff.
At least that wasn't as big of a crash as the one that he had at Druids a few seasons ago.
No, when his pedals failed, dear me. Just looking at the results for those who didn't see the first 2 meetings of the season. Silverstone, race 1 went to David Baker, race 2 went to Josh Thompson, and then Baker won in race 3. Phillip Island, Dave Baker took race 1. Race 2 went to Ash Sutton, as Adam mentioned, from 53rd on the grid or something like that. And then race 3 went to Stephen Baxter. So it's in it, and the 3 race winners, apart from Thompson, Baker, Baxter and Sutton, are 1, 2, 3 in the championship. And there is no Josh Thompson tonight, Adam. So I don't know, is he just a reserve? Is he I forget whether he's actually a full-time driver or not this season.
I know he's got the Radicals livery on the car, but I'm sure he's with another team. I can't remember which team it is.
Oh, it's boosted, isn't it?
Boosted, yeah. I need to get the entry list up on the break. Hackerson, looking at Hackerson again, lap 21 of 26. Then it's Baker. Then it's that CQR train again. It's Harrod, it's Rushworth, Blackhall, and Newman and Haller keeping Sven Glatzel at bay. They're doing a good job of it as well. Look how close those 3 are as they come off the exit of Graham Hill Bend and now through Surtees.
Well, Hackerson's doing an excellent job as well, because he's closing in on Jack Sedgwick again, and it actually looks more likely that he might be able to attack Sedgwick more so than even being passed by Baker. So I think Hackerson definitely getting his head down, looking forward, definitely seems to help. The gap to the front is 5.7 seconds for Ben Hackerson. So only lost 7/10 in about the last 6-7 laps. So pretty good going. Sutton has decided that it's go time. He's decided to just turn the screw a little bit and put 0.8 of a second between he and Stuart McFadden. The young Scot trying to make some gains, but Nickel Foggy lurks. He waits for an opportunity. Car 9 with the Scottish flag on the roof. Jamie Fluke's in 4th as well. iRacing World Championship driver. Looking good. We've got a few World Championship drivers in the series this season, Adam.
Yeah, a few pro drivers in. Sedgwick as well with the pro license. I think with the paints that we have in the BSRTC, you can't see the black stripe on the cars at all. But they will be there somewhere.
Is that Blancpain for him? Is it GT racing, or is it single seaters?
Wrong person to ask, I think.
I apologise, Jack. I'm not actually sure. I do apologise.
This is when we need Alex. This is when Alex informs us.
I know, and he's disappeared as well.
Carl Janssen is keeping Julian Janowski behind him. Looks like Janowski's back up to pace again after losing a few positions in the early going. He's got Team Mad's Chris Wood behind him, and Stephen Baxter, plus the Apex car Nathan Davis. So another fight going on here for positions inside the top 20.
Yeah, Janowski's definitely quicker, but given the times in qualifying, but it's just whether he can make a move, and I think this is going to be the difficulty, especially in a race 1, and the grid is set by qualifying. Getting a move done's always going to be tough. Janowski, that's half a move into Druids. Didn't commit to it really, nor should he have from that far back. Chris Wood's just behind them, as is Baxter and Davis, and Johnny Brandon at the back of the pack, 19th place for him. Looking at the track temperature out there, Adam, it's very cold, so 20 degrees track temperature, perfect for these Kia Optimas.
I believe they're still doing the early morning conditions, midday, and then the late afternoon conditions for race 3. As Savidovic has gained another position, just trying to find him on the screen. There he is. Oh, it's all kicking off here. We've got cars scattering. We've got Adam Hadfield in the mix there. We've got car 19. That's Rusty Laidler. And one of the Immortal cars. It's too wide actually as we come across the line.
There's damage to John Roberts and to the Alex Everett's car as well, and that was Rusty Laidler getting all sorts of out of shape. Now battling with Wojciech Svidovic, who's taking the opportunity to go up the inside of both of them. Oh, he doesn't want to go across because he'll get quarter panelled, Wojciech. And now it's really kicking off here in Graham Hill behind the 3 wide, and Everett gets spun.
Bit of netcode there, I reckon. Those two
well to make that point the right way again, though, so quickly. Alex Everett.
And
there's something going on. Oh, Smith manages to keep it. But we're only... Well, Ash Sutton, he's only got 3 corners to go, Adam, and already we're at the end of the lap. For Sutton, comes through Surtees, flicks it left, and then right through Clearways to the tightening right-hander, and just good timing before he gets to the traffic at the back of the pack. Ashley Sutton, the British Touring Car champion, comes through the final corner, and he wins here at Brands Hatch for round 7 of the season. Good stuff from him. And then the CQR Academy car of Stuart McFadden, Nico Foggy in 3rd, Jamie Fluke in 4th. It's still going on near the rear of the field. Craig McLeod Evans. And that's Max Wright getting hit by Alex Everett. So Everett, after dropping down the orders, having none of that, he's trying to get right at the end. Oh, that's a bit silly, boys. Come on. I think they're okay. He survived, and Wright gets to the end just ahead of Everett.
Laidler's had another crash. He collided with Kip Stevens on the exit of Paddock Hill, and he's got a lot of damage. He's on his way to the finish, though. Is he going to finish ahead of this Morsel car? No, he isn't.
No, there's a few drivers in the wars. One of them being Laidler. Just got passed by Lee Deemer on the line. Scott Malcolm, 46th. Lorne Murray and Dave Crozier getting to the end. So, that was a really good race won. Like I say, it was tough to pass out there, but it's going to get easier as the reverse grid comes, and we'll get that done in just a couple of minutes' time. But Adam, if you can, take us through the final finishing order.
We've got it up on screen. I know with the new overlay it does take a while to retrieve the results, but
yes, we do have it.
Okay, here we go then. Ash Sutton wins. You'll be hoping to do the same this weekend, of course. The British Touring Car Championship back. McFadden 2nd, Foggy 3rd, 4th for Jamie Fluke. The Fab 4 there, 4 seconds ahead of Jack Sedgwick. Then Hackerson, Deemer, Baker. Then Deemer's way down the order. Howard in 8th for Rushworth 9th, and Blackwell in 10th. Michael Hall finishing 11th. Sven Glatzel in 12th. Pete Newman 13th. Carly Anson in 14th. Holding back Julian Janowski, finished in 15th place after starting in 7th. Then 16th Chris Wood, Nathan Davis, the Apex Racing car, getting up to 17th place. Johnny Brandon 18th, 19th for Stephen Baxter, Magic Sakovic in 20th. 21st for Andreas Katz and Mark Woodhouse, 22nd. Adam Hadfield gained 10 positions to 23rd. John Roberts finished in 24th position. Wojciech Svidovic 52nd to 25th. 27 positions gained for the reigning champion. I think that is him as the biggest mover. Then it's Paul Smith in 26th. 27th for Mark Johnston, Kip Stevens 28th, Craig Evans 29th, and 30th for Matt Wright. 31st place for Alex Everett, 32nd Anwar Burrell Smith. Then it's Dan Blake 33rd, back in the saddle again, 4 positions gained for him. Then it's Michael Blake 34th, 10 positions gained. Matt Keeler in 35th, same for him. Then Matt Bunn 56th to 36th, 20 positions gained there for the CQR car. Colin Cunniff was in 18th place, but then what looked like Netco going through Druids resulted in the 16 car finishing in 37th place. Then it's Dan Brown 38, 39th Alan McNally, 40th place for Christian Rose. What happened to the CQR car there? It did start in 17th. Benny Simonson started in 22nd, but did drop down to 41st. And Nick Madsen 42nd, Laura Bond 43rd, then Lee Deemer 44th. Rusty Laidler was in all sorts of trouble towards the end, culminating in him and Kip Stevens colliding at Paddock Hill, and the CQR Academy car heading off into the wall. He finished in 45th. 46 Scott Malcolm, then Lord Murray, Crozier, then Dave Christie, 3 laps down. If we do get a full -1, it will be Murray on the pole, and then the cars that didn't finish the race: Tristan Bodis, Rob Graham, Adam Delmont, Gary Fickling, and then the 3 cars out of the race on the opening lap: Ross McFarlane, Alex Simpson, and Richard Warmingham.
All right, well done. That's a long one. They're going to be probably 60 odd at some tracks we go to this season, so stick around for that. Yeah, Sam, reverse grid time then. So going to be telling us who's on the pole. It could be anybody.
Right, let's roll it while Adam catches his breath. And it's gonna be full -4.
Full -4.
-4.
So that's 1 for Crozier, then Murray 2, Malcolm 3. It's Laidler. Laidler's going to be on pole. It almost looks like that crash.
No, because full. Sorry, I hate to be that person, but full would be Crozier. So -1 is Murray, -2 is Malcolm, -3 is Laidler. So -4 will probably be Lee Deemer, I would imagine.
Sorry, Rusty. Yeah.
It's all right. Sorry, Rusty. I know you had too many crashes, mate. If you'd have had one of them, you'd have been fine. No, so he's going to be down in 45th for Rusty Laidler. But Lee Deemer's going to be on pole, Laura Bond in 2nd, Nick Madsen in 3rd, Benny Simonson in 4th, and Christian Rose will be starting in 5th. So when we come back from the BSRTC, we'll see race 2 live.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV. Welcome back to the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship in Brands Hatch. This is going to be race 2 of 3 with myself, Andrew Woodhouse, with Adam Bath and Sam Kumo on the cameras. And, well, Adam, the first race went pretty much as you'd expect race 1 to go, with, you know, the drivers just kind of hedging their bets, kind of taking what they've got. And race 2 is really where you're going to see the big movers.
Yeah, we're really going to see how they can get it done here. Not too many overtakes in the opening race. Biggest mover was Wojciech Svidovic, who gained 25 or so. I say that's not much, but it's just because of what Ash Sutton did at Phillip Island. It doesn't seem that much, does it? But well, it is still a good achievement by the reigning champion. We'll wait and see what happens in race 2, as we've got a full -4 grid for the next one.
Yeah, we saw Svidovic having a pretty decent race, but it was won by Ash Sutton, and the British Touring Car Champion got off to a really good start and has done so far this season as well. He's not going to be able to do all the races in all likelihood, Adam, but he's in second place at the moment after 7 races, and that's the highest we've ever seen him in the championship.
Just hope that he can keep it up there. But he managed to get into the showdown last season, didn't he? Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him there, just because of the opening race meeting resulted in a few crashes. But yeah, doing well here and seeing how he can get on.
I really hope he tries to go for that double of British Touring Car Champion and British Sim Racers Touring Car Champion. I think it would be pretty cool if he could do that. The best in the real and the virtual worlds. And Lee Diemer is the one who's going to lead us through the first corner, Adam. He's on pole.
Through it. Starting on the pole then, it is Lee Diemer. Second, it is Laura Bond. Nick Madsen starting in 3rd place. 4th is Benny Simonson. Then it's Christian Rose, Anna McNally. Then it's Dan Brown, Colin Cunniff, Matt Bunn, Matt Keeber, Michael Blake, then Dan Blake, then Anwar Smith, Alex Everett, Max Wright, Craig Evans, Kip Stevens, Mark Johnston, Paul Smith, Wojciech Svidovic rounding out the top 20. Starting towards the rear of the field, you've got the likes of Rushworth, Baker, Ash Sutton. The race 1 winner starts in 44th. Here we go.
Right then. It's the Simauto car on pole, Lee Diemer. The red lights are on. And the green light is on. We're underway for round 8. Good start by Diemer. Laura Bond got away decently as well. 3rd position is Benny Simonson going through into 2nd position. Or at least trying to. Laura Bond takes the momentum around the outside. She's going to try to go all the way around the outside in Druids. Oh, and there goes Simonson into the wall. No, you've got it. What are you doing?
Oh, no. That's not gone well. Oh, Glatzel.
It's not gone at all well. Glatzel has been absolutely taken out of the picture. I don't know what he's doing a J-turn and doing like a spin in the middle of the track after being crashed, but well, never mind.
Oh dear.
I mean, it wasn't. Oh well, we'll see what the stewards make of the incident in the first. Oh, off goes Diemer. Diemer's made a right mess of Paddock Bend. He was leading, and he's now down to 3rd. Lee Diemer could be 4th because of the dirt on his tyres. He cannot fight against Daniel Brown.
Oh, Alex is out again. Alex Simpson's done.
I think he got damaged, you know, as they all checked up for the crash. Ugh. Going from bad to worse there. He was before this race meeting. He wasn't in the top 10 in the championship. That's not going to be the case now. Yeah, Lee Diemer's car looks like it's a handful. Must admit. Oh, it was a small contact
there. Yeah, by Colin Cunniff.
No, but it looked like a handful before he got run into. I think I can't imagine what it's going to be like now. But Christian Rose leads the way. Been a good 2018 for him, leading the World GT Championship and looking to make a mark on the BSRTC this season.
God, Laura Bond.
Druid.
Somebody who's going grass trekking. That's Craig Evans.
Yeah, weird old incident that with Laura and Benny. It looked like it was kind of one of those racing. It was just a racing incident, I think. it was one of those where I think the car on the outside has an overlap, but at the same time, the car behind is the one that you think should be responsible for not crashing, but it's very difficult. Very, very difficult indeed. We know that the rules can be a bit murky sometimes, Adam. We've seen it over the last 3 years.
Over line we go on to lap 4. Evans versus Johnston now. And also in Adam Hadfield, Savidovic as well has got his teammate for company, and Andreas Katz. Savidovic to the outside of Hadfield, going through Druids. If he can just stay alongside, he'll have the inside here for Graham Hill Bend, but the Apex car not able to get through yet.
Car 46, and I do enjoy the fact that car 46 has some of the bright luminous yellow on it. It's not quite the Doctor, but he's pretty good, he's Adam Hadfield. Oh, Savidovic gives him a quarter panel.
And Katz gets hit behind him by Stephen Baxter. He had to check up, and here comes Kip Stevens up the inside. Too wide here, and if Baxter's not careful, he could get forced out by the 5 or 6 cars that are queuing up behind him as well.
Yeah, there's all sorts going on here. Oh, and Bond versus Blake into Druids. Blake is going the really, really long way around, the big scenic route there. Car 50. Let's have a look back to the front then, and Christian Rose. Well, it's half a second the gap over Adam McNally, the Youth Energy car. McNally, he's been improving a lot in 2018 as well.
Yeah, we started off seeing Adam McNally in the club series, haven't we? And it looks like the experience in the Kia is starting to come to prominence here. Ran in the BSR Porsche Cup when it was briefly in existence.
He's quick in the BSR MX-5s on Tuesday nights as well, and showing that pace in the Kia Optima here in race 2. 3 rounds tonight, 26 laps apiece around the Brands Hatch Indy circuit, 1.93 kilometers, 6 corners, and a track temperature which has actually climbed, Adam, dramatically to 49 degrees C.
Boil an egg on it.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. But
or maybe there's just egg on the faces of some of the drivers out there. I don't know. No yoke is the BSRTC.
Thankfully, the BSRTC safety car hasn't had to be scrambled yet.
The drivers are so close they can see the whites of their eyes. And some of them got made into an omelette at the beginning.
Well, hopefully Colin Cunniff's 5th place doesn't get poached from underneath him by Michael Blake.
Well, even if it does, he'll soldier on.
And Alex Simpson's chances of being on the pole for race 3 have been well and truly fried after what happened at the start. But
it's very, very good. It's very good. How many cars are still left in the race? 45 cars still running out of the 56 who started. We've lost Glatzel, Delmont, Simonson, Wright, Wood, Malcolm, Crozier, Bodis, Graham, Hickley and Alex Simpson. Well, our colleague, long-time commentary colleague and team principal at Apex Racing UK, well, he did say to me last week that he's going to have a race where he doesn't finish any of the races daily, and this one is it's going that way at the moment. 0 for 2 for the iRacing Road Pro Series champion. Lee Deemer has recovered from going into the gravel, and he's in 4th place and going along fairly nicely ahead of Colin Cunniff, who doesn't look like he's challenging really at the moment.
Yeah, he's dropped back just about 1 or 2 tenths, hasn't he, off the back of the Tim Ortal car, going through Surtees, now into clearways the final hands up. Oof, probably inside goes his teammate there. That's Michael Blake.
I have to say, at the risk of offending a few of the other teams, I am enjoying the Simauto livery this season. I think it looks good. I'm not a massive fan of the teams painting individual cars different colours because it confuses the hell out of me. But I suppose less confusing maybe than them all looking the same. I don't know.
It looks like a few teams have gone for the flags on the roof, as up the inside goes Everett.
Well, that's a bit helpful. That's a bit helpful. Yeah, the Welsh flag going through, and he's just settling in behind the Scottish flag.
Yeah, that's Everett now into 6th position now. as he goes through.
Ah, yes. Well, it was only a matter of time before that light came out this season.
Oh, good battle here. This is Hadfield. Well, we've seen it before. It's Hadfield. We've got Katz in there. We've got Baxter. It looks like Hadfield's got through on this lap. Katz wants it back. He's up the inside. Contact between the two.
It's been a quiet start for Andreas Katz, but a productive one in the season. After 7 rounds, he is up to 17th in the championship, which doesn't sound too spectacular for a man who's won the title twice, and maybe should have been 3 times, but he's just hit Adam Hadfield.
There comes the GT Omega Northern Lights racing car with the English flag on the top. This is Baxter.
Baxter, yeah. I was going to say that Katz, it's a better start, Adam, than what he's had in the last couple of seasons, which have been atrocious.
Well, both of his titles were when we had the 3 races in an evening format, Season 3 and Season 8.
Good start. I like it.
Sebastian Job's 2015, and also he was runner-up in the last season of the 3
Baxter.
races. Oh,
Baxter's going through on him. Here comes Stephen Baxter. There was a time, Adam, where Andreas Katz was really formidable in this Kia Optima. It's not quite the same at the moment, but still, you wouldn't like to have him behind you. He's a very, very tough competitor.
still got it.
Whoa!
It's all bunching up here because here comes Mark Johnston just in front of him. Oh, Craig Evans.
Sorry, that's getting a bit close quarters, isn't it?
Oh!
What?
It's all bumper to bumper now. Everyone's got a lot of rear damage. It was it was a chain reaction there. Katz has got a bit of front end damage as a result, and he's up the inside of car 46 here of Hadfield going into clearways. Here comes the Radicals car. Contact.
Oh,
Katz has hit.
that's netcode. Netcode there. It didn't look like there was any.
Oh, Paul Smith. Just behind him.
What happened? Well,
Looks
Paul
like
Smith's trying to get through on Katz, and he's also trying to get through on Sutton. Oh, that's Katz into Sutton. Oh dear. Well, that's carrying on from God knows how far back that one.
Oh, Sutton's up the
2015
inside.
season. Oh,
Hadfield.
Sutton. I'll have a bit of that, he says. To
was
Adam
there.
Hadfield. That was quite a nice move by Sutton. It did crinkle the front of his CQR car a little bit. Crinkled quarter panel racing, maybe that's what CQR stuff.
Do have a crinkle cut chip right now.
Speaking of things that have been fried, yeah, exactly. Christian Rose, however, well, he is flying, not frying. He's half a second in front of Adam McNally, and still is. Now, the question is, Adam, is McNally at the halfway point of the race just settling in behind Rose? Is he going in for the long haul here, or do you think he's trying his best to get through now?
I reckon, yeah, we've still got half the race to go, and I think he knows that. He'll be just making sure he's in there when it comes to the closing
Lee
stages.
Deemer
This battle continues
Lee
happening.
Deemer, is it?
Yes, Lee Deemer is off.
Oh, he's out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what happened? Oh, dear me. Oh, it's a quarter panel. It's not his own teammate, is it? It is his own teammate.
Oh,
Oh,
that's Graham Hill Bend, and that's Michael Blake.
oh,
That is not
that is not redeemable.
No, that is not model teamwork from the Simmortal guys there.
Oh.
Oh, and Rose having to defend hard from McNally. Yeah, it's time for the obligatory. With half the race gone, there's still half the race still to go.
Not to forget to say that. Bamwell Smith's just been turned into a bin. He was running in 6th. By who was that? Did it? It was
Laura
car
Bond.
23, Laura. Yeah.
Yeah, in the sort of newly regaled Pro Sim car, blue and pink this season for Laura. It was black and pink last season. 42 is Andreas Katz, and there's not a lot left of that Apex Racing Kia Optima. And I think I figured out the answer why, because Ash Sutton's on the inside.
Thankfully, we don't get to see how many incidents these guys have got. The incident limit has been up to 20 this year because of the extra third of a race that's been added back on.
Crash in the background. It's Sedgwick, and it was someone. It was possibly was it Janovsky? I don't know who it was.
I've got Sedgwick on the screen.
It is. It's Janowski. It is Janowski.
Now, how did this happen then? Out of the final corner, we've seen some big ones here over the years.
Is that another quarter panel?
It is.
Oh man.
Funnily enough. Whoa. If that was a few seasons ago in the BSRTC, the cars would have been flying off all sorts over the place.
Sutton versus Craig McLeod Evans. Bang. It's through Ash Sutton. Evans looking for the inside. He's been punted by Katz. Round goes the Northern Lights GT Omega car of Baxter.
Well, the incident points are there to be used, I guess.
You've got your balance of incident points. If you go overdrawn, you get disqualified. Simple as that. We can't loan you some extra incident points.
It's not Ultimate Team.
Baxter and Katz. Oh my word. I'll tell you what this means as well, Adam, of course, that with BSRTC coming to Brands Hatch, it's the return of the British Touring Car Championship at the weekend.
Hopefully none of these guys are getting ideas. Or maybe they are. I don't know.
Be getting ideas, which is dangerous for everybody.
Matt Neal,
well, he'll probably deserve it.
Carl Janssen has just got past Anwar Smith on this lap, I believe. Yes, he has.
Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say he's now closing in on Mark Johnston just up the road, I think.
Mark Johnston's gone up into 10th place. Nice job by him. Front end of his car looks absolutely mashed, as is his line through Paddock Hill Bend. That was about as ugly as the front of his Kia Optima.
Wojciech. This might not go well. Alex Everett's got the inside line for Graham Hill Bend.
Everett's moved up well as well. Welshman.
He's not helping, he's blinking, is he? Savino's now using the exit at Graham Hill Bend to try and pull the car alongside.
It's a very fast corner, this Surtees. Nicely done by Wojciech Savinovic and by Alex Everett. Alex Everett, I believe. Am I right that he was the BSR Rally champion in this season that it did?
I'm sure he was. The season we did it, definitely.
He was much better than us.
We made rifles of ourselves, especially at Wales. Oh, hello! He's got back on the inside.
Speaking of Wales, that's it. Up the inside he goes. Everett, Savinovic, around the outside. And then covers the middle, which you kind of can do in Druids. It's kind of an easy-ish corner to defend on. Good one for attacking as well. Everett's blinking a little bit.
Sum up that rally, that BSR rally season. I jumped to start, even though the co-driver was counting me down.
Steve, I think I did one in the whole season. Stephen Baxter is ahead of Adam Hadfield, and then behind them is an almighty gaggle. McLeod Evans, Brandon Davies, Smith, Woodhouse, Stephen,
Smith,
Baker, Newman, Rushworth, McFadden. All the CQR cars are together somehow. And then it goes all the way back to John Roberts, who's down in 37th place.
Mental.
Good grief. 20 cars in this fight for 17th place.
And the action is happening right at the front of it here is Johnny Brandon in the Bodak car trying to get past this Northern Lights GT Omega car here of Craig Evans, who's pretty much doing a great job of impersonating a trolley train here.
Yeah, that's it. The trolley train puffs down the track, and with McLeod Evans at the front of it, Brandon, Davis and Smith immediately behind.
It may be the
This train has many carriages.
He may be in the GT Omega car, but he is the alpha of this massive train.
Very good. I do think as well, it's a difficult one because it's a tough one to know what to focus on, because the leaders are only 0.3 of a second apart, and this group headed by Mark Johnston is actually starting to fall back into the clutches of Janssen. It's a big one.
That's how you. Oh no, he's reversing.
What's he doing? Oh.
Tell you what, the next time I get near a Kia Optima, I'm going to break that reverse gear. Don't reverse.
I know. I mean, he's done it safely, just about. You've got to be careful doing that. You really do. So I mean, that is not safe with 40 cars coming through.
Imagine doing that on a super speed.
Oh!
It's Everett. No, it's not. It's even blinking. Sorry,
Don't
who
know
was
who
it?
it is. I can't go back fast enough. I don't know.
Random?
Somebody's been off, I think.
It might be McFadden.
McFadden, was it?
McFadden.
Oh,
The runner-up in race 1. Oh, it's kicking off here. Here comes car 37, Nathan Davis. Oh, he's been turned. The car 103 has been turned into him, and that's the end of Craig Evans. He's been DQ'd.
oh, there's more going on, I think, at Graham Hill Bend. Well, it sounds like it. I don't think it is. Oh, they're all over the road here. Stevens really trying hard to defend from Baker. Stevens with 2 titles, Baker with 1.
Oh, more contacts. Season 1 and 2 for Stevens. Season 7 for Baker. Here comes Pete Newman at the inside of the CQR car. The car of Rushworth giving him plenty of space. No, it's not Rushworth, is it? It's a Hall giving the space.
Rushworth is in car 8, though. You can see just in front. Rushworth was almost on the grass.
Oh, look at the Apex cars trying to find their way through. Davis at the inside.
Sadly, that doesn't include Alex Simpson, who was out on the first lap again. Maybe I should leave this series because he was doing all right when I wasn't here.
You'll be getting fired.
Probably again, yeah. Harrod versus Michael Hall. Hall's dropping like a stone. Has he got a problem, or is it just did he have a slowdown or something? Because
He was very slow on the exit of the final corner. He might just be getting freight trains. I don't know. He might not have recovered yet. Looks like he has now.
4 laps to go, and the battle at the front is still exceptionally close. And do you hear that, Adam? Do you hear the quiet that surrounds this battle?
I know.
2 cars in it, and all the rest of them are battling 20, 30 seconds down the field.
Wojciech and Wojciech and Dan Brown, Savinovic passing him off the circuit, but gets retaken on the exit by Cunniff. Sorry,
Just 10 seconds separates 19th from 41st, by the way, out there on the track. But at the front, Christian Rose, he started in 5th, worked his way up, and now leads the way. He's led ever since, I think it was lap 2.
Yeah, when Dima went off.
Yeah, when Dima went into the gravel at Paddock Hill Bend. Adam McNally is in 2nd place, Youth Energy driver, and the lonely 3rd is Daniel Brown. But is he lapping quicker than the leaders? Well, he's lapping quicker than Adam McNally by a 10th, but 1/10 slower than Christian Rose the last time round. So he's going to find it tough to get there. He's only got 3 laps to go, so I'm not sure he's going to get there. There is a move for 4th and 5th. Now Cunniff and Savinovic getting extremely close under braking into Graham Hill, but Savinovic is through into 4th place. That's great news for the former champion as well.
The Lion of Scotland, I believe, on the top of the car.
That's right. Wojciech Savinovic, 2 times champion, of course, season 6 and 2017.
Shall we go back and check on that crazy train again?
Yeah, we've got like literally a minute. We can do that.
We've got Adam Hadfield has got by. He's got by Anwar Smith, and just behind that, Johnny Brandon is leading around Paul Smith, Mark Woodhouse there, Baker there.
It's the one with Stevens at the front. I think that's the longest one.
There he is, 20th place.
In fact, Baker is in front. In fact, those guys here, Brandon, Smith, Woodhouse, and Baker.
Yeah, the two Team Mad cars have done pretty well for themselves here.
Yeah, I think Paul will be happy with that top 20 finish if he gets there. And Mark Woodhouse, we know how solid he is now for Team Mad.
Right, last lap then. 1 lap to go.
And has the challenge of McNally been dimmed? Has the energy run out for the Youth Energy driver? It looks like it might have done, because Rose has just eked out another 1/3 of a second over the past 4-5 laps. From where it was just a couple of tenths, it's now up to 6 or 7 tenths of a second. So Rose just has clear ways to go. I think he's broken the spirit of McNally. It's going to be close though. Rose comes out of the final corner and he drives to the line. And for CQR Academy, Christian Rose gets to the top step of the podium. McNally 2nd, Brown 3rd. Savinovic coming home in 4th. Let's have a little look at this battle between Brandon and Smith and all these guys.
To the final corner they go. It's one insane train, but here comes Brandon to take what will be 16th place, then Paul Smith 17th, 18th for Woodhouse, then Baker 19th, and 20th Kip Stevens.
Yeah, great battle that pretty much went down to about Lorne Murray in 36th place. Big scraps out on this circuit, and well, what a great race that was. It was really fun to watch, especially in the midfield and the lower reaches of the top 30. So fantastic stuff. Adam, do we think that the track temperature played into the hands of anybody in particular?
I think it might have played a factor in that huge train, because by the time we got to the end of the race, they'd stopped overtaking each other, probably because their tyres were all gone. So the next race will be pretty good because the track temperatures are expected to go back down again.
Oh yeah, they should do. And I think it may have helped the drivers at the front of the race as well, because they weren't having to battle for pretty much every corner there. So I think McNally and Rose might have been helped to just save the tyres a little bit. So round 8 is in the books. I wonder if you could take us through the results, Adam.
Yep, sure. Second race of the day then. One more race to go. Race fixture, Christian Rowe, CQR, the CQR team win race 1, the CQR Academy team win race 2. Dan Brown finishing in 3rd, Savinovic 4th, Colin Cunniff finishing in 5th after a good battle with the reigning champion. And Alex Everett 6th, Laura Bond 7th, Dan Blake, good result for him, driving for the Youth Energy team this week, finishing in 8th, and Michael Blake in 9th. I wonder if the team will be having a word with him and Lee Deemer after what happened earlier on. And 10th for Ash Sutton. He started 44th, and considering how tightly congested this track is, 34 positions gain for him. I'm sure someone's keeping a tally going of how many overtakes he's done this season, probably 100 plus already. Katz finishing in 11th. Yeah, then 12th Stephen Baxter, then Adam Hadfield, Mark Johnston, Anwar Smith 15th, 16th for Johnny Brandon, and Paul Smith and Mark Woodhouse having a good race for Team Mad, 17th and 18th for them. Then it's Baker 19th and 20th for Kip Stevens. Pete Newman at 21st, 22nd for Jamie Rushworth, Season 4 champion. 23rd place for Nathan Davis, then Nicole Foggy 24th, started 42nd as well, so good result for him. Of course, was near the front earlier on in race 1. Then Nicole Foggy 24th, Jamie Flick 25th, Jack Sedgwick in 26th, 27th Pete Harrod, 28th for Maciek Sakovic, then Jake Blackhall, Rusty Laidler, Ben Hackerson in 31st, 32nd for Ross McFarlane after starting 54th on the grid. Of course, had that big crash at the start of race 1. Carly Anson, big crash for him on the exit of Druids, finished in 33rd. And then John Roberts, 34th. Matt Bunn, 35th. Started 9th as well. I think he started from the pit lane, actually. But that's why he was down there. Law Murray in 36th. Then Stuart McFadden, 37th. Nick Madsen started on the second row, finished in 38th place. Then Matt Keeber, 39th. And 40th for Richard Warmingham. Then Michael Hall. Dave Christie won't be getting the pole if we get a full -1 because he is the last car to finish. Then it's all the cars that didn't finish the race. Craig Evans, DQ'd. Chris Wood, 10 laps down. Just checking that isn't for similar reasons. No. Ash Sutton, by the way, was one incident away from a disqualification. Played that fine. Then Janowski, 12 laps down, big crash for him on the front straight. Tristan Bodis, another boosted car that encountered issues. Then Julian Janowski, said him. Then Lee Deemer collided with his own teammate after starting on the pole. Dave Crozier, Sven Glatzel, Adam Delmont, Benny Simonson did a lovely J-turn into the path of everybody. Then it was Max Wright, Scott Malcolm, Rob Graham, Gareth Hickling, finishing in last for 2 races in a row. It is Alex Simpson. I know we've got him in the interview room.
We'll leave him. We'll leave him for a bit, I think.
Stewing in his own juices. If that's the phrase. But yeah, time for the reverse grid then for the final time tonight.
Well, unfortunately, it is now. Sam, over to you.
Right, so let's see what we get for the final race.
That's a Simpsons quote, isn't it? I've just realised that. when I believe that's Homer Simpson in the oven, rotating slowly.
And it is full -2.
Full
Full
-2, so
minus
that is Michael Hall, Richard Warmingham. Richard Warmingham.
Richard Warmingham, yes, it will be. So he'll be on pole. Warmingham will finish 40th. Matthew Keeber will be alongside him. Nick Madsen and Stuart McFadden on row 2, and Lorne Murray and Matt Bunn on row 3. And it'll be race 3 when we return here on Apex Racing TV for the BSRTC.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back to BSRTC 2018 from Brands Hatch in the United Kingdom. We're on Apex Racing TV. Andrew Woodhouse, Adabath and Sam Kumo with you. And I'd have another 26 laps on the horizon. This time we got overcast conditions, and it's gone from being tropical level heat to being a normal April in England, I think.
Yeah, we've got the temperature's a bit down now, and it's a bit overcast as well, isn't it? We've got track temperature of 18 degrees, so it's going to be a bit more manageable, I think, these guys out here. And hopefully Alex Simpson can get around more than one corner.
No, he's literally done Paddock and Druids in race 1. I think Paddock, Druids and possibly Graham Hill in race 2. I don't think he even got to Graham Hill Bend. So, yeah, it's not been the best. But, you know, we've got faith in him. We think he can do it. Reverse grid was quite a large one as well. So it should provide some thrills and spills. With the field being shuffled twice, it will mean that it will be good news for the likes of Andreas Katz and people like that who finish slightly further down the order. So I'm enjoying these longer races, Adam. I think it's back to when we started the BSRTC. You know, when we started covering it in season 6, this is how it was, and I always preferred this format.
Has been pretty good, hasn't it? Especially tonight. I've missed it. Of course, the 2015 season was so good, and that was with 3 races as well, wasn't it? And I went all the way down to the final race of the season. So,
we've had some great races. I mean, the 2015 season went down to the last 3 corners, and we all know what happened there. And it's controversy abound. What a way to finish on international TV that was in 2015. Yeah, back in the real life now, 2018, and Richard Warmingham will be starting on pole position for round 9.
For the rest of the grid quickly, Matt Keever going to be starting in second, and in third it's Nick Madsen, then Stuart McFadden, Lorne Murray, Matt Bunn, John Roberts, Carl Janssen, Ross McFarlane, and Ben Hackerson in 10th. Laidler, Blackhall, Sakovic, Harrod, Sedgwick, Fluke in 16th, then Foggy 17th, Davis 18th, Jimmy Rushworth in 19th, and Newman 20th. And Stevens, Baker, Woodhouse, Smith, Brandon, Burrell Smith, Johnston, Hadfield in 28th, Baxter 29th, Katz starting 30th. I haven't even covered half of it here. Sutton starting in 31st. He gained 34 positions in race 2. If he does the same here, we win it. Then it's Michael Blake, Dan Blake, Bond, Everett, Cunniff, and Lloyd Switch starting in 37th. Here we go.
56th car on the grid will be Martin Front. Here we go. Green light is on. Warmingham gets away well from pole position.
Who's that on the outside?
That round the outside.
McFadden.
Car 111. Warmingham's sideways, but McFadden takes the lead. Fantastic start from 4th on the grid. Stuart McFadden is into the lead after 1 corner. That's brilliant. Really is fantastic.
Right, here they come then. This is where we had the trouble on the last race.
The 3 wide out coming out of Druids. Warmingham, I think, lost the rear again. McFarlane and Jamie Fluke. That's it, going to battle. Behind them is Pete Harrod. And then it's Jack Sedgwick and Maciej Sakovic.
Yeah, it's all pretty close here as they come across the line to complete the opening lap. Matt Bunn's in the mix as they go into the first corner. Trying to get the ups up the inside of 122 there. Richard Warmingham. Please don't quarter panel each other guys here on the exit of the first corner. Thankfully they don't. And now
good news, Adam.
Alex Simpson's completed a lap.
He has indeed. Well done to him. Might only be 1 though, we'll see.
Achievement / trophy unlocked.
Yes.
Matt Bunn drifts wide on the exit of Graham Hill Bend. This is going to allow Carl Janssen up the inside, going into Surtees. There he goes, and that's Janssen up into 3rd.
Yeah, that was an easy one for Janssen. He's very competent, very quick driver. I'm sure he'll settle into the Kia Optima well. Nick Madsen just in front of them.
Blackhall versus the that is Ross McFarlane, I think, as they come across the line. Oh no, it's Jamie Fluke actually. Fluke up on the outside going into the first corner. And he's got a C-Car Academy teammate for company there. That's Rusty Laidler, who we saw a big one in race 1. in the mix.
That's good from. Oh, is that Laidler off? Is it Blackall off?
That's Blackall off.
You can hear some collisions at the hairpin. I mean, that's normal. I think we're okay. It seems to be okay. McFadden leads. Madsen in second. Jansen's third. Bunn in fourth. And it's fifth for Ben Hackerson. So it's Matt Keeber in fifth, sorry, and then it's Ben Hackerson. And then it's Lon Murray in eighth. Ninth is John Robertson, 10th is Rusty Laidler. Laidler's under a lot of pressure from Fluke, though, Adam, and Fluke's very committed. He's going to go around the outside of Laidler through Paddock Hill Bend. Oh, he gets good momentum. Laidler gives him as little track as he dares. Fluke goes all the way around the outside.
And there he goes.
The inside for Graham Hill Bend as he got the control. Oh, that's so close.
Great exit there by the Apex car without having to go too wide. Up the inside. Laidler.
Oh! Good driving by Laidler. Held his ground there. Wasn't to be denied this time. Good stuff. Ash Sutton is up 6 positions from where he started. Alex Simpson has gained 8 positions. In fact, it might be more coming to the line this time. We'll see exactly where he is.
Oh yeah, I thought he disappeared. It looks like he has. He was running in fourth place.
What happened to him?
It's McNally.
Oh yeah, this car's strewn across the racing surface.
Now, how did this happen?
It's McNally and Johnston. Max Wright, was he involved? His car is crabbing.
McNally, the runner-up from race 2. Oh, good grief, the car flying before McNally even got to the scene of the crime. It is car 51. That is... Oh, and McNally
51?
McNally's trying to just avoid it, and he gets clattered into from behind. I'm just trying to
51 is Johnston.
Not Johnston. Right, how did he lose this? Oh, he gets turned around by the GT Omega car of Baxter. Then he hits the wall. Oh, and goes off.
Bit of a messy one, that. Unfortunate. Into the... oh! That's a crash. And it's... I don't know who it is. It's Bodis. Tristan Bodis. Boosted Motorsport car. Punted, it looks like. That's the first one of the season.
I think probably is. Matt Punt has gone. The connection is, or something of the sort has happened. Maybe Aspar related. Wheel-to-wheel stuff here between Richard Warmingham and
throughput for Bun. Just a regular or received throughput error. Alex Simpson's making up positions. He's just gone through on Craig McLeod Evans, so that's 42nd place for Alex. Forgive us for watching Alex a little bit. I mean, he's not been on the track for more than a couple of corners on. Evans has been punted by Adam Delmont. So Youth Energy and GT Omega Racing getting together.
Right in the depths of the field here as they go through Graham Hill Bend. He's free fighting in and amongst themselves. Ash Sutton's just working his way through his teammates, and he's coming up on what is a pretty crazy pack here. You've got Sakovic involved, you've got Foggy. Here comes Sakovic up the inside of Warmingham, who's just dropping down, is in free fall at the moment.
Well, Sutton has side past Baker like he wasn't even there. Warmingham into battle with Sakovic, with Rushworth,
Davis, is that
Nathan Davis? Yeah. Oh man, Warmingham's getting attacked from all sides here, and Sutton's in there. Oh, he loses it. Oh, he's kept it. Ash Sutton, flies up the inside, wheel-to-wheel contact with Warmingham. I'd say that's a pretty nice Brands Hatch move, that.
That's typical. That's a typical Brands Hatch Indy move right there, isn't it?
But you know what? He judged that really well, did Sutton. He's not always guilty of doing well, of judging the moves that well. But he ran the car in there just with enough speed. It was just a light tap on McNally's car, on Warmingham's car, just enough to edge him out of the way. Not a bad move.
It's amazing how we have all these names on in our minds when we're talking about stuff. But yeah,
That's ridiculous. There's so many people out there.
Kit Stevens has got Paul Smith for company here going through Surtees. He's also got Pete Newman just in front of him as the Pro Sim car.
This is a good battle between three guys who've won BSRTC races.
And some big tracks as well. Katz is just on the back of this train as well, along with his teammate Wojciech Svidovic. Katz darting about all over the place here. I think he's trying to get up the inside of the Simulator car going into the first corner.
Stevens in 2015, when he was fighting for the championship, he won quite a few races, didn't he, in the reverse grids?
Helped him get in the showdown.
It was just a penalty at Mosport that denied him the chance to compete for the
crash
title.
with Wojciech, that denied both of them the title.
Oh, and speaking of crashes, Baker and Warmingham have crashed, and Baker's been hit by, I don't know who that is. I think it might have been McFarlane. Is it McFarlane? I have no idea. It's not McFarlane, he's up there in 12th. I don't know.
Might have been Warmingham. Warmingham's towed back to the pits as well. I know he was definitely involved, Richard Warmingham. Yeah, it was Warmingham.
And there was an Apex car. I think it was...
It wasn't Katz, it may have been Davis then.
There was an Apex car with blue mirrors.
Blue mirrors. Black, not...
That's Katz, isn't it?
Katz.
He was flying through the scene and somehow didn't collect a lot of them.
Gareth Hickling involved again. I think that's the second race in a row that something's happened to him.
Oh dear. Well, Gareth. Baker's down to 46th place.
A lot of damage as well. There was a Bodak
actually
car
up to
that was,
44th place.
there was a Bodak car that was off prior to that incident taking place. I think that was Jack Sedgwick. Looks like he's managed to carry on unscathed, but he has lost a lot of time as Blackhall now.
I think I saw him going off, sorry.
Blackhall under pressure from Stevens. Pro Sim car's actually gained a bit of time now since that's all happened, and CQR Academy car looks vulnerable.
Fairly quiet day for Blackhall, but I think he'll be fairly happy with that. Sometimes it has gone a bit wrong for Jake, and not a lot of the time not through his own making.
Oh, just up the road. Sutton's past Rushworth, and now Rushworth's having to defend from Davis.
Now let's have a look. Where's that? That is for Rushworth fighting back on Davis. Oh, Davis has turned him. Off goes the former champion.
Collects it with the throttle. Front wheel drive coming to the rescue there, and Rushworth able to carry on, having lost only one place.
But now this battle is on him with Blackhall, Stevens, and the rest. Go on.
Fluke, Murray, and Roberts are all pretty close for comfort here. Fluke's just got the move done.
And look behind them as well. How many cars have joined the party? Laidler, McFarlane, Foggy, Sakovic, and Sutton. Davis.
3 different teams. Automech, Boosted, and CQR in the mix. Oh, up the inside goes Roberts. And into the gravel goes Murray.
That's generally what happens there at Clearways when you do that. Murray, he was a bit unfortunate, was Lord Murray there. I think he opened the line, but only a tiny bit. Maybe not enough for a full boosted car to go through.
Fluke on Kiva.
Booted into the gravel.
Fluke has got past Kiva just about. Yes, he does.
Matt Kiva's having a great run here. He's trying to fight back there on Jamie Fluke.
Battle for second place heating up as well. You've got Madsen, you've got Janssen and Hackerson on the Edson going in the final corner.
Nick Madsen will lead the way for Bodak Racing in P2.
Jansson, we might have to say in a bit, or Hackerson, Hackersoff, or maybe Madsen.
Madsen and McFadden. McFadden is 6 seconds clear of this group. Yeah, Nick Madsen having a good race up there. It was quick early on in the early going. Madsen started third, up into second,
down into first, and up into second.
Jamie Fluke, God damn it! Jamie Fluke's up to 5th. Ash Sutton's up to 13th. Not surprised by the amount of positions he's gained.
Roberts trying to move again. Oof.
Tell you who else has gained a lot of position. Sven Glatzel, starting in 49th. He's got to look at the state of the car, though. and that might be why. He's just bashing everything that goes past, maybe. He's up to 30th place, is Glatzel.
How's...
I say that, he might have dropped down the order again. In fact, he has dropped down the order again, hasn't he? Because he's behind Anwar Smith.
Paul Smith is leading a train around as well. He's got Katz all over him here. Back in 2015, Smith was fighting for the AM title. Katz was fighting for the Pro title.
So hope he's not allergic to cats.
Surprised, yeah. I mean, that's the first time ever you've used that one, actually.
Oh,
So-
it's amazing, isn't it? After all this time. Bang! Here comes Smith.
Oh!
Sends it in.
Oh!
Oh! Go on, have it. Well played.
Paul Smith
That was
repelling
good.
Katz there.
That was very good indeed. It's still going to be close coming out of clearways and through Clark Curve then.
Hackerson through into third, by the way, while this is all happening. Past Janssen.
Still side by side, by the way, in this battle.
Yeah, it's still going on, isn't it? You've got the 46 behind as well.
Well, that's Adam Hadfield.
And then you've got the reigning champion, Savinovic, as well.
Cats might have this time, Adam.
Paul can hang it out around the outside. That's what he's been doing. And it
Wow.
does allow the Team Mad car to pull ahead, and this time he might actually be clear unless Katz throws it up the inside. He tries to.
This reminds me of Kaiser and was it Cunniff at Silverstone National?
The one we had 1,000 for the second finish.
Where they were side by
right.
side by just for 2 or 3 laps. That's what I thought we were going to get here with these two.
Oh, Katz has found it.
Ooh, no, he hasn't. Might try the outside.
Hadfield. He needs
That's
to
a
be
good
careful.
job.
Hadfield. That's a
He might get he might have cut the course there, Cats.
good grief.
Look at them all. Scything across the track. Savinovic is in there. Savinovic going past car 4. That's Michael Hall.
Here comes everybody
Hall
else
going-
now.
In fact, that's Hall on Savinovic for 24th place.
Oh, Smith's made a right mess.
Smith is sideways. Bang.
And he's gone.
Disqualified.
DQ.
Smith disqualified. And
What
Michael
happened
Hall
there?
gains a position anyway.
I want to see what happened because Paul's very slow. Did he overshoot Graham Hill Benz? Having a look.
No, I think he got a tap on the exit, didn't he?
Oh, he locked up. He locked up, and then that's why Katz gained on him so
That's
quickly.
what happens though when you're in that pack. 20 incidents and Paul's car looked all right. You know, it didn't look too bad.
Sticking brake. It might have been a sticking brake pedal because he was locking up on the exit of the corner. Right. That was weird. Yeah. Right then. Ash Sutton is up to 10th place now. He's gained 9th place actually. He's gaining positions quicker than I can read them.
Well,
He's up to 9th.
tell you what, we'll give the leader a bit of credit. Yeah, let's go on board with Stuart McFadden. Into Paddock Hill Bend then. Down 2 or 3 gears. Down to 3rd gear. Through here. Exit as much on the green curb on the left-hand side as possible. Brake just before the 50 for Druids. Turn it in. Hug the inside line. Couple of different lines through there, but that's usually my preferred one, right on the inside. Go as far over to the right as possible to open Graham Hill Bend up and use as much as the AstroTurf on the exit. He's not even grabbing, he's barely even grabbing 4th gear before he gets into Surtees and into the right of Clearways. A long right hand, the 2nd gear, and then soon as you can, open the power and power through to the start-finish line, which comes up on you there, and that's a lap of Brands Hatch.
Great battle here. Oh, Laidler's been turned by McFarlane. Everybody goes their own way, and not a song reference there. And 36, that is Lord Murray has to take to the grass.
Was that Fleetwood Mac as well? I can't remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Layla up the inside of, and that's Foggy. Nickel
Foggy
Foggy
trying to
number
get
9.
by. Yeah.
Oh,
Davis
hello.
That's Davis getting taps.
Well, Layla's having a good race inside the top 10.
Now the 9 to the outside. There is an overlap.
19 versus 9 for 10th. Side by side we go. Wheel to wheel. Flat out.
Oh, turn in nearly.
Oh, here we go. Laidler's losing it on the entry. Foggy's losing it on the exit.
Now into the final corner. This is going to be an insane insane overlap by Foggy here. He
Well-
went so wide, he's now going to power his way round the outside if he has a chance to get it done here. Labour knows it.
Whoever loses out here might get this whole train coming past them. Oh, and again into the braking zone. These two do not want to give an inch to each other.
Seen some big crashes, Paddock
Here
Hill,
come-
hopefully not today.
Here comes David. Oh, and he's almost getting hit up the rear by McFarlane.
Still on the exit. The GT Omega car has the overlap. Up the inside goes Foggy. He's there.
Oh, just about, let's see.
Oh, now he's clear.
Yeah, well done. Good stuff by Rusty. What's Foggy going to do then?
He's going to go for the late apex, isn't he?
Yeah. But good car placement by Laidler. Just block off that apex. Not allow Foggy a sniff. Into Paddock once again. You see Foggy's car absolutely twitching on the braking. Here's one thing I do love about the Kia Optima. You feel like you can back it into the corner a little bit. Like a MotoGP bike, as I've always said. Davies having a look. Gets the nose on the inside. Almost taps the bumper of Foggy. Foggy has to settle in behind Laidler. And we go again through Graham Hill Bend. Seems to be where Foggy's strong. And there is something going on at the back. And that's off for Jake Blackhall.
Yeah. I was about to say this train's getting bigger and bigger. Oh, they're opening themselves up to attack here, you know. That they go so deep, Laidler and Foggy, into the final corner. They're just inviting pressure from Davis.
And we know Nathan Davis will apply the pressure.
Hackerson up to second, by the way. He's just got past Madsen. So he's...
Hackerson was the hunted in race 1. Doing the hunting in this one.
Oh, Foggy. Just gonna
well.
hit.
Also, Fluke has just got by Janssen for 4th, but Janssen's not having any of it. He's still alongside, into Surtees. What's going to happen? Fluke round the outside. Good confidence by the Apex Racing driver.
Great move by Foggy, by the way. Round the outside of Laidler in Druids. Nothing he could do. And now he's away.
Foggy's very good, isn't he? Second on the grid he was today. And when you qualify so well in race 1, you know that you've sort of arrived in this series. Foggy's showing that the former world GT champion, not that wasn't a fluke at all.
No pun intended. Sutton.
Well, no, indeed.
Sutton is now gained another place. He's up to 7th now, 24 positions gained. He's got John Roberts in front of him. That looks like a realistic target with 1.5 laps to go.
Might be a good battle, that. Roberts and Sutton.
Oh yeah, last ditch overtake. If I was John Roberts, I definitely wouldn't allow Sutton to get by, especially if there's only 1 lap to go.
You've got to try your best to keep ahead of him if you can.
Last lap.
Pick up those extra points for the team. But the worst thing that's going to happen is he might end up dropping a few places, but here we go. Roberts versus Sutton again.
Oh, he's found it. Oof.
Oh.
And that pit lane barrier comes at you pretty quickly. Oh,
It's a
Roberts
good dummy, though, because... Oh, no! Well...
Sutton...
Oh, brilliantly held by Roberts.
Oh, brilliant. Opportunistic up the inside there. That's Kiba. 2 positions for him.
That's great for Kiba. And Sutton, great sporting driving, actually. Let Roberts back through.
Oh, McFarlane, I think, has been DQ'd on the last lap.
Oh, no, he's not. He's all right. He's still going.
Again.
Still going. Here we go, McFadden then. McFadden's coming to the line. He's going to take race 3. Stuart McFadden has won this race by nearly 10 seconds. Unbelievable, Adam. I mean, we didn't think we'd see a margin like that today.
Definitely not. He showed the pace in qualifying, and what a getaway it was as well. Kip Stevens v Davis. This is going to be a drag race to the line.
Oh, it's going to be very close. I think it's going to be the Pro Sim car, you know. Yeah, it is. Kip Stevens, 15th in the end. Nathan Davis in 16th place. And is Alex Simpson going to finish the race? I think he has. Yes, he has. 30th place, well done. 25 positions gained for him.
Dan Blake. Here come 3 cars here. This is Tristan Bodis, Dave Crozier, and that is Dima.
Lee Dima, yeah, who was up there in... Oh, that's going to be close, isn't it? Dima and Bodis. It was close as well. Oh, Dima and Crozier, sorry, it was, that were only a 10th apart. Bodis was just behind them.
Thought we might need to broken out the fourth decimal point today, but it wasn't needed. I don't think. Maybe in qualifying it was.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Looking backwards at this meeting, very, very fun meeting. We always enjoy it when we come here. But looking forward next week, Adam, where does the challenge lie for these drivers in week 4?
Just gonna have a look for you now.
In fact, I've just found it. It's Watkins Glen.
Oh, brilliant! Gets better and better, doesn't it?
Yeah, and not sure exactly what layout of the Glen. There's multiple ones to choose from.
If it's the Cup, then we are in. We are in for a belter, I think.
It's usually the Cup, isn't it? And that's usually a fantastic race meeting. So, Adam, as this meeting concludes, then you can take us through the finishing order for round 9 of the season.
Okay, so Stuart McFadden wins, started 4th, was in 1st by the time we got to the first corner. Hackerson finishing in 2nd. 3rd for Nick Madsen, he started there. Then Jamie Fluke in 4th, crashing the Sun Party. Janssen in 5th, Harrod in 6th. Car 6 as well. I don't know what Dave Baker did to let him have that number. The Kiva 7th. 8th, John Roberts. 9th for Car 01, Ash Sutton again. Almost certainly the biggest mover in the field. He gained 22 positions. So you know what? I think Alex Simpson might have gained more than him.
I think.
He did, yeah. I think Alex Simpson might be the biggest mover in the field, you know. 10th, Nicole Foggy. Laidler 11th. 12th, Jamie Rushworth. Maciek Sakovic 13th. Then Lorne Murray in 14th. Kip Stevens 15th. 16th for Nathan Davis. Then Stephen Baxter, Jake Blackhall. Then Mark Woodhouse. And then the reigning champion Savidovic finishing in 20th place. Considering he was on the back foot after qualifying, after not setting a time, I think that will probably be seen as a good race meeting for Wojciech there. Katz's teammate finishing in 21st and Rose 22nd. 23rd for Michael Hall, then Chris Wood in 24th, 20 positions gained for him. Good job. Ross McFarlane finishing in 25th, lost a few positions on that last lap, so I don't know what happened to him. Then Colin Cunniff, Pete Newman, Janowski, and then Dan Brown in 29th and Alex Simpson in 30th. Well done, Alex. I think that is the biggest mover trophy being handed over there. Then it's Dan Blake 31st racing this week, Alex Everett 32nd, Martin Front, and Anwar Brow-Smith in 34th, then Sven Glatzel in 35th, Adam Hadfield 36th. He was in the thick of the action tonight. We saw that 46 car a lot. And it was Rob Graham in 37th, Craig Evans 38th, then Lee Deemer in 39th and then 40th for Dave Crozier, Tristan Bodis in 41st, and then the car's 1 lap down or more. Baker, 1 lap down, collided with Richard Warmingham, I think, in earlier on in the race. Paul Smith banished. He only got 18 incidents, and the incident limit's been reduced for this final race. It was 20 for race 2, it's 15 for race 3, and Paul Smith was one of those drivers that paid the price for that incident limit reduction, and he got DQ'd, with 9 laps to go. Laura Bond out of the race, Jack Sedgwick out at the same time that the pole sitter Richard Warmingham went. Then Gareth Hickling gone, Adam Delmont, Dave Christie also bit the dust with the disqualification, 16 for him. Then Max Wright, Scott Malcolm, Mark Johnston, Alan McNally, then Matt Bunn out early on, Michael Blake, and Johnny Brandon with the first car out, the Bodak car, exiting the race pretty early on indeed, as got a few drivers getting set to have an interview, I think.
Yeah, we will indeed, Rush. And we will begin with Rusty Laidler, who was in the thick of it in the last race. Rusty, can you hear us, mate?
How's it going, boys?
How are we doing? It's been a while since we've had you in the commentary box, and it's also been a while since you've had a good old dust up on the circuit in the Kia Optima. And Nico Foggy was a really good opponent for you tonight.
Well, you've all seen. I'm guessing you've all watched The Lord of the Rings, haven't you?
Yeah.
Thou shalt not pass.
And I tell you what, hold on, I'll speak English in a second. He did in the end, but it was nearly good enough for the whole race. But 11th after starting there, you must be fairly happy with that, I think.
Yeah, it was a nice way to round the end. It was a nice way to round the night off, I suppose. I was having a really good race in the first one, and then basically my car got bent by someone's potato internet, and then I just kind of went backwards from there. That's why I was in so many accidents. It wasn't my fault. I had a bent car.
Other people's internet. Well, we've seen that a lot recently. How's the season been for you so far? Then started off with, let's have a look. Where were you sat before this race? Sat in 15th, so pretty good. You'll have gained some spots after that one. You're probably up into the showdown place already, which is a good start. Is the showdown the aim for this season, or are you just trying to, do your bit for the team?
Mainly doing my bit for the team, but if I could make the showdown this season, I'd be chuffed. I mean, this season's the first time I've raced using the VR. So Silverstone was the first time, and so that was an interesting experience on its own. But I tell you something, it's so much better. Absolutely loving it. Could always pride myself on how close I could get to people's cars, riding on the bumper, applying the pressure, occasionally pushing them. But I can do it to millimeter perfection now, and I'm enjoying it even more.
Probably means you lit less people as well with doing that. But yeah, fantastic stuff.
I think I've actually been quite good this season so far. I know it's only 3 rounds in, but you know me, I like to get my elbows out when I can.
Well, you've not been disqualified yet, so it makes a change, doesn't it?
Touch wood, but I get a feeling someone's going to try that one, aren't they?
Yeah, well, it's happened to a few people today. We've seen it out there. It looks like that the CQR squads are in good shape anyway at the start of the season. Everybody seems to be pretty well up there.
Definitely. We've got a couple of new members in the teams this season. I'll tell you something, I think morale is at an all-time high. We've got such a good, tight-knit group now, and it shows. We're all having a laugh mid-race, and we're just working really efficiently as a team. If someone's... you can see, because half the time we're in a great big massive train. And we're switching positions around each other just to help each other get through, because hang on a second, right, you're half a second lap faster than me, right, I'll let you go and I'll follow you through the gaps that you make. We're working much better than we did last year, and I think that was our downfall last year, is while we were working together as a team, we just weren't efficient enough.
Yeah. And other people were using that as a ammunition almost to kind of...
It's going to happen again. Yeah, it's going to happen again.
It will do. Well, we know it will, but without saying too much. But it's how you deal with those things. That's the main thing. I can tell you're having a good start because the sheer amount of CQR cars that are up in the top 20 in the championship, it's everybody basically.
This is our year.
And I think Stuart, with his win at the end there, just refreshing the standing sheet. Stuart's moved up. He's only done 6 rounds, but he's moved up into the top, just outside the top 30. So he's looking really, really strong. And we hope it continues, mate.
I think Stuart. I kind of want to take a second to say this. Stuart himself has been an absolute standout star performer. Like, for such a young lad, he's driving so mature. He's communicating well. He's putting his car in all the right places. If Stu carries on like this, he's on to big things.
Well, and speaking of which, here he is. Stuart McFadden joins in the commentary box. Can you hear us, Stu?
Yep, I certainly can. Hello.
Hello. It's been a while since we've had you in the commentary box as well. I'm probably going to say that about everybody, but it's also been a little while since we've had you on the top step of the podium, mate. So well done. And as Rusty was saying, it seems like CQR are just hitting the straps already this season.
Yeah, I've just felt since I came into the team for leaving Automic, I've just felt at home straight away, and I think that's probably impacted my performance. That I'm not holding back and asking people what to do or wee tips and stuff like that, which is really, really helping, especially on a track like Brands Indy, where every little tenth or even half or even a tenth of a tenth, if that makes sense, helps.
Yeah. It's tiny margins here, isn't it? Rusty was just saying how well you fit the team, and obviously you missed one meeting, but you're showing that you've got the pace, and both CQR teams, they're looking like they're going to be the ones to beat this season.
Put a jinx in it, but yeah, we are looking pretty good. But we need to be aware that NLR and Apex are going to be right up our backsides, practicing probably double as hard just to beat us. So I wouldn't quite put the cap on the lid yet. Put the cap on the lid. Put the cap on the jar yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. What about the start? Started 4th, and you're in first by the first corner.
That was possibly the best start I've ever had. I mean, people are going to be thinking that I'm running that
was a brilliant
an
start.
SDK.
Whatsoever.
Thank you, Alex.
Well, the starting systems are available, of course.
I don't run any of that stuff anyway. But honestly, that was the best start I've ever had. I just went. I got in my mind that my plan for my race was try and pick them one by one, and then if I'm not, you make them use the tyres, then I'll come back at the end of the race. But I was in first at the start, so then I just went full throttle the first 5 laps, pulled out a wee nice gap, tyres, and just done some consistent times.
I mean, obviously, it doesn't. Probably hasn't escaped you that you won by nearly 10 seconds on Brands Hatch Indy, which is basically unheard of. So, if you carry that on,
the other drivers were battling, so.
Not really, not much. Not in the top. Not in the top 5. They weren't really. Not a lot. So, yeah, that's just brilliant performance. Thanks guys for joining us anyway. But Rusty, I'm going to leave it to you to do all the sponsorship business as the veteran of the team.
I don't know any of the sponsors yet.
Well, I believe we're still sponsored by RaceHub. I'm not 100% sure, but I'd like to say a massive thanks to them anyway for all of last season's support and the season before. And yeah, Stu, better not get comfortable. You've got 10 cups of tea to make, mate.
If you start now, you might be ready for next week. Well done, guys.
Thank you, man.
Cheers, everybody. Rusty Laidler and Stuart McFadden there. And
move on to Ben Hackerson. Yeah.
Go on, Adam, you might as well.
Boosted driver. Hello, Ben.
Did
I? You were surrounded by other sons in the race today. You had Madsen and you had Carl Janssen for company, and you were able to get past both to get second in the end.
Yeah, that was a hell of a race. I've got to thank Carl for letting me through. Good teammate as he is. And then it was a hell of a race with Nick, right on the borderline of what I call naughty my move, but I don't think you caught it on the broadcast, so I'm quite happy about that.
Yeah, I could see the position changes happening, but there was just so much going on behind that we weren't able to see it. Sounds like fortunately for you. The other 2 races, though, you were towards the front in the opening race as well. You were keeping quite a lot of people at bay there too.
Yeah, defending 6th from Baker's always a hard job with his extra motivation trying to get it. But yeah, I was happy with that. I did 140 laps, so it managed to brake at the wrong brake mark to let Cedric through, but I'm not so happy with that though.
And race 2, the track temperature was pretty hot. What was it like out there?
I was too far back in the pack to really push anyway, so I don't know, it was hard work. It always is around this track though, so I don't know, it was a bit of a shopping trolley, I like to call it.
Well, I'm sure it handled better, but having had one. But yeah, next week, Watkins Glen, track you like?
Yeah, it's the only track I've ever had a double win on, so yeah, looking forward to that. It's a great track just for racing, like this one I think.
Great, and your boosted team, are they happy with how it's gone tonight? Roberts managed to get a top 10 in that final race as well.
Yes, I did Janssen. Not so much. We've had a few DNFs, and that's what counts really. But the 3rd race I think made up for it. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the points though.
Well, before we let you go, then, Ben, do you want to send a quick shout out to anybody?
Yeah, let's go for Ted as always for running the team, and all our team members in the boosted chat. Josh for getting a few of the Radicals guys involved as well. So.
Great, well, well done on the evening as a whole, and yeah, the runners-up spot in race 2, and yeah, best of luck with Watkins Glen next week.
Thank you very much.
Watkins is going to be a heck of a lot of fun, and I think the final interview that we're going to get is going to be with Adam McNally. And Adam, welcome to the commentary box. Thanks for waiting patiently for us.
Oh, thanks for having us. Good evening.
It's always good to have you up here, and you know, we always talk about how your team's improving, and I think we saw that a lot today. But I think if you could be so humble, I think in your own performance, I think it's where we're seeing some of the most improvement out there.
Yeah, I actually couldn't believe the pace I had in race 2. The car felt a bit slidey, but I quite enjoyed it. Just held on to the back of Christian as well as I could. and I just hope to pull away from the battle and pack behind, which happened.
Because there's a lot of, race 2 especially was very, very warm out there. So
Yeah.
Did you try to conserve the tires? Was that the only way that you could have that you could have done what you did out there, or was it just a case of going as fast as possible?
To be honest, it was just going as fast as possible, just trying to keep on with Christian and hope he could tow us away from everybody else.
I think you could tell. The only time you could start to tell was maybe in the last couple of laps where he was a tenth or two quicker, and I think it was it looked like you were losing the grip a little bit out there. But moving on to race 3, it looks like it was a bit of a mess. Can you tell us what happened with that?
We were just coming around Paddock Hill and we saw a car flipping in the air, and I just touched the brakes to slow down a bit, and Christian was just a bit too close. I don't think he had a chance to stop, to be honest with you. I don't think it was his fault. Just give us a slight nudge and that was it. I was in the railings and game over.
I know a lot of the time that when that happens, it's very tough to react. I mean, the amount of times I've done it, I smashed into people, and you don't mean to do it, but it's just how it happens. Looking at Youth Energy's season and what you're expecting from the rest of it, I mean, what is the target for you guys, and how do you think, how likely is it that you're going to reach that target?
To be honest with you, we didn't really set a target joining. It was the first season for pretty much all of us as a full season, so it was just to learn really. But after week 1 we were doing pretty good, and then week 2 it started going a bit downhill. As in, we were getting a few drivers DSQ'd, crashed out and stuff. I mean, week 1 and week 2, both race 2s I got disqualified just from getting nudges from behind. But you can't help it.
Yeah, it happened to quite a few out there, and we saw it, and I'm sure we'll see it for the rest of the season as well. Adam, thanks for joining us anyway, mate. Once again, just give us your thanks to the sponsor, the team, your friends, whoever you want to give thanks.
Right. Well, I'd like to thank you for having us and everyone who hosts the BSRTC season. Just a big shout out to Youth Energy, Tom's Detailing, Motorsport Days Live, who've got a big event coming up in November at Silverstone on the 2nd and 3rd, I think it is, of this year, and also the Racing Mentor. And like I said, just to you guys and the people running the league.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks a lot, mate, again for joining us, and we'll see you at the next one, Adam.
Right, thank you very much.
Adam McNally there, and I think in fact we'll grab
Mega.
Christian. We'll grab Christian for a minute. We'll grab Alex as well. Christian, we'll just grab you for a little bit. We've only got about a minute or so, but how did you get on today? It looked like you had some fun.
Oh, I cannot believe that I actually won a race. This is quite unreal. I'm an absolute novice of this car. It's not what I'm used to whatsoever, so I'm absolutely delighted.
We were saying that your 2018's going pretty well in terms of the way the World GT's going and everything like that, and it seems to be carrying over into the Kia Optima.
Yeah, it's really, really nice that I've got brilliant support from everyone in CQI. Ash has put a lot of time in to help all of us out, and we really appreciate it. And I think it's showing in the lap times and the way that we're finishing races.
Yeah, I think so. And we had a few of the CQR boys in earlier on. We had Stuart and Rusty in here and saying just how they feel like it's gonna be all year. So just I think just keep cracking on and see how you get on.
Certainly the plan. Thanks very much.
Man. Well, we'll catch you in the World GTs.
Thanks very much. See you later.
See you later, Christian. And last but not least, got our partner in crime, Alex Simpson, joins us in the box. And Alex, the biggest gainer of race 3. It looked like you were nice and controlled and easy out there. I'm not surprised given the fact that you made a grand total of 3 corners. I think of 4 corners in 2 races.
No, it was 1 corner in 2 races. I didn't quite get around Druids the first race, and I didn't make it to turn 1 in the second. So, yeah, that was
okay. 1 corner. Oh, bloody hell.
It's not really much you could do in those 2 instances. So, a bit gutted. My mindset has really been just to try and finish the races, but when stuff like that happens, nothing you can do. Then on the final race, I just had a bit of fun really out there, and you know, it was a lot of. I enjoyed myself
Biggest mover.
doing the overtakes well. There you go.
How was it? How was it out there? Because it was very cold conditions. How was it compared to the weather you've done practicing this week?
Well, I hadn't done any practice, so it wasn't like it was anything new really. So it was just like I was learning as I went, kind of thing. So yeah.
It's nice to have a bit of grip out there, though, isn't it? Really.
Well, yeah. I mean, the practice session for the second race was a bit culture shock because, like, oh my god, this thing is awful with the really hot track. But yeah, the most of the warm up session this afternoon was sort of cool. So yeah, that final race was very similar kind of conditions. So I was just able to sort of take from the little hour that I'd had to go with it, and yeah, it
Who
felt
are you
alright.
kidding? You've covered over 500 BSRTC races. You don't need any practice.
This is it. Oh yeah.
Apparently. Thanks for joining us, mate. And like I say, we'll be back. We'll catch you tomorrow night when we've got Apex Online Racing on tap.
Indeed.
All right. We'll catch you next time, Alex. And Adam, well, how do you sum up this Brands Hatch meeting then as we head to Watkins Glen next week?
Feels like we've been in a washing machine, hasn't it? It was non-stop for all the drivers there, and I'm sure that some of the drivers compared it to driving a shopping trolley like Ben Hackerson did there. So shows that the drivers feel pretty exhausted from what they've had to do tonight, and I'm sure they'll be taking the week off and getting prepared for the Slipstream Fest that's going to be Watkins Glen next week. Pretty much a complete contrast to the one we've got today.
Yeah, I think you're right. And well, I think that Watkins is going to be a lot of fun. Apex Online Racing tomorrow night, Euro V8s on Saturday, and on Sunday we have got the TSR TV, and we've also got the BSR Grand Tour. So we'll be back with those in just a few hours' time almost. It'll feel like, as from Andrew Woodhouse here, from Adam Bath, and from Sam Kumo, it's goodbye from the BSRTC, and we'll see you next time on Apex Racing TV.